Welcome to BasicAI. This video will guide you through the BasicAI LiDAR Fusion tool, which helps you annotate or label fused data from LiDAR point clouds and 2D images, including object detection and tracking, segmentation. The tool interface can be divided into several sections. Before we begin, let's take a look at some common features and settings. Left-click and hold to drag the view. You can click on the gizmo to rotate swiftly. Right-click and hold to translate. Scroll the mouse wheel up-down to zoom in-out. Left-click on results to select them. Press SC to cancel the selection. Press Y to adjust the focal range of the point cloud or reset the view to center on the selected object. Press Ctrl C and V to copy and paste a selected object. You can also copy it by pressing Ctrl and dragging. Clicking on the eye icon here will highlight the camera's field of view on point cloud data. You can turn on the linkage pointer to easily compare images and point cloud data. Here you can configure the settings, including the background color, ground, point and object display, and other utilities to help identify objects more accurately. At the workflow bar, you can access basic data information and perform task-related operations. Please refer to the document for more details. Now, let's begin object detection. Here is the recommended workflow. Choose Instance in the Mode switch. You need to select Tools from the toolbar and draw on the point cloud data. You can modify the results in orthographic views. You can click here to switch between two methods. For manual boxing, click on Point Cloud Data to anchor 3 points around the object. For AI-assisted boxing, only anchor the starting and ending points. The AI will automatically detect the object. In orthographic views, you can drag to rescale the cuboid or adjust its position using buttons or hotkeys. You can use the hotkey to change the cuboid's head. Click Translate in the toolbar. You can adjust the cuboid's position directly or translate it along the coordinate axis. Select the tool. Click on the canvas to add nodes. Press space or enter to close the shape. By clicking here, you may find a polygon plus tool. When you draw, the shape will close automatically after reaching the specified number of sides. You can press K to switch on shared edge mode. When creating a new polygon, you can connect 2 points on an existing shape to share edges. Use L to switch the shared edges. You can add, delete, or drag points on the polygon. Initially, the drawn polygon will be on a plane that remains parallel to the ground. You can fine-tune it in the overhead view and adjust its height above the ground in the side view. Select the tool, click on the canvas to add nodes. Like the polygon tool, you can press K to switch to shared edge mode. Press space or enter to finish. You can add, delete, and drag points on the polyline. Fine-tune the points or the entire shape in 3 views. In addition to adding, deleting, and dragging points on existing polygons and polylines, you can also press T to open the class panel to label them. Hold down Shift to select multiple cuboids. Press Ctrl and G to create a group. In the results list, you can remove a specific object from a group by clicking Ungroup. To dissolve the entire group, select it and press Ctrl, Shift, and G. Select the tool and click on the canvas to add nodes. Press space or enter to finish measuring. Notice that measuring lines are not results. They will not be saved when you exit. In the Settings pad, you can configure distance measure. Add a circle or rectangle. Press N to show it. In addition to manual annotation, you can also run models. Click here to configure. You can choose the model, whether to predict all classes in it or set up confidence and classes manually. Then apply the settings and run. Click the icon again to display the AI annotation results. By default, annotation results on point cloud data are automatically projected onto camera data in real time. You can also manually project them. Click here to configure it. Above the camera data list, you can select the result types you want to display. Double-click on the image to enter 2D annotation mode. You may need to adjust 2D results manually. You can also detect objects directly on the image. Please check the Image Tool tutorial for more details. The modified 2D results will no longer be updated in real time with new 3D results. You can click here to reprojection. Now, let's assign classes and attributes to these results. Press T to show the classes and attributes pad. First, select a class for the object. Below the class tag displays its constraints. A class invalid error appears if the result fails to meet these limits. By clicking here, you can resize the object to meet its standards. Then, fill in its attributes, including the general attributes, the LiDAR attributes for the point cloud result, and the image attributes for the 2D result. Note that attributes for 2D results in separate images should be provided individually. As for tracking objects in a scene, you can either copy attributes from other objects in the same frame, or apply the current attributes to other frames of this object. In the Advanced section, you can easily update information for the selected object across all frames. Mark all results as ground truth, switch the object type, merge, split, and delete. Object type applies to scene tracking. Fixed will resize objects in all frames to a consistent size. The annotated objects will be automatically numbered and categorized by class in the result list. You can select to view or edit it. Let's take object number 48 as an example. This one represents the 3D result containing 3,341 points. C1 box represents the box result on the second camera data, and C2 rect represents the rectangle result on the third camera data. The results will display different validity statuses. You can edit the entire class and perform batch operations. At the top, you can filter results by class, tool, and frame. On the right side, you can switch to the validity, classifications, and comments lists. Please refer to the document for more details. When annotating a scene, you can track objects across frames in the timeline area. Select a labeled object and configure the tracking process. There are 3 methods to predict the object's position: copy, interpolation tracking, and model. You can choose options for applying to selected or all objects, tracking forward or backward frames, and specifying frame number. More results and frames will increase runtime. Click Object Tracking. The results will be applied to point cloud and image data across frames. After tracking, you can click here to batch review and edit results in all frames. For point cloud data, you can switch between different views to adjust the results. The results of the same object in different frames share the same class and attributes. Check the option to modify them quickly. You can also perform interpolation tracking here. Multi-select the frames you want to track, or choose all frames and click the button. Switch to camera data. You can choose different sensors to view results. If there are no results for the camera data, you may need to first project them or check the camera parameter settings. Click here. You can view a trajectory line composed of a series of frames, helping to analyze object tracking. Here, you can merge or split tracking objects. For example, if result 5 and result 51 pertain to the same object, we can merge them to maintain the consistent tracking ID and class. Select result 5 and merge from the target 51. Then, result 51 will be deleted, and its information will be merged into result 5. Like the reverse of merging, an object can be divided into multiple parts. Select an object and choose a specific frame. Click Split and set the class for the new object. They will be separated from the selected frame. For the stationary coordinate system, you can fold frames to annotate across multiple frames rapidly. Hold down Shift to multi-select frames and click Fold. All the existing results will be combined into the folded frame for display only and cannot be selected or edited. Unfolding will restore the original state. You can directly annotate on the folded frames. Upon unfolding, the newly created results will be applied to each frame. The folded frames can also be further folded with other frames, but note that they are not a result type. Folding frames may result in excessive points. You can downsample point clouds in the display settings. Switch to segmentation mode. Here, we mainly focus on 3D segmentation, while other features like display settings, classes, and attributes, and result management are similar to object detection. Select Tools to segment points. Here, you can switch between 4 tool types. Select Lasso, click and hold to draw a range line. Release to finish drawing. Select Polygon and click on the canvas to add nodes. You can also click and hold to draw lines like the Lasso tool. Select Rectangle, click and hold to draw. Release to finish. Select Point, click to segment a single point. After drawing, you can select the result and add or remove points. Draw on the canvas to include the new points in the current result. Click here to switch between 2 modes. This mode will exclude the already labeled points while adding new points. This mode allows you to add new points even if they have already been labeled. The class information will also be changed. Click Remove Point and draw on the canvas to remove points from the current result. Press ESC to cancel the selection. You can also run segmentation models. Click here to configure them. Please note that adding model results may overwrite the annotated points, so be careful. The contour feature is enabled by default. You can click here to turn it off or set the contour type. Click here. All unlabeled points will be highlighted in red. You can configure whether to display the hint box. The top left corner shows the number of unlabeled points. Use Previous or Next to navigate between them. Segmentation results cannot be projected onto 2D camera data. You need to annotate in 2D manually. Double-click an image to enter 2D annotation mode. Feel free to check out the document for more details. See you in the next session.